Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. So I am in Southeast Michigan, and in my area I can find a farmer's market every day of the week, probably about 10-20 minutes from where I live, to supplement the produce that I get out of my own garden. So on this day, this is what I picked up. So this little haul was done back in March of this year. So I picked up a head of cabbage, some green cabbage, because mine haven't come in yet. And I picked up 2 lemons, 2 avocados, one's ripe and one's gotta get ripe, and 2 limes. So that's my little farmer's market haul for this week. So I wanted to try my first ferment with this head of cabbage. So because this is my first trying my first ferment, I'm not going to give you any measurements. I'm not going to give you any kind of recommendations or any tips or anything like that. I am following a recipe I found on another video, actually Anna from Fermented Homestead. I'm going by her instructions because like I said, this is my first ferment ever. And I'm going to see how this goes. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut all my cabbage and stuff up and get it started. Now, as far as the results, I will tell you my honest opinion of the results at the end. Will I ever do this again? I don't know. Whether the family likes it, because this is a lot for me to eat just by myself. So I'm going to just go ahead and get this started. So here I'm just separating my cabbage. I'm not sure it's a step you need to do, but I did it just to make sure all my soul gets in to where it needs to go. And I'm just measuring out my cabbage so I know how much soul to put into the cabbage. And I don't know if you can tell here or not, but I did wash my cabbage. I'm not sure that's a step that needs to be done as well. I was kind of I don't know, it was vague on some of the instructions you needed to do. I'm not sure if you have to wash your cabbage or not. I washed mine. It looks kind of dry here because I let it dry a little bit while I was separating it out. And I'm not sure that's a step you need to do, but I did it. And hopefully it turns out okay. So now I'm just massaging in the salt that I measured out for the weight of the cabbage I have in my bowl. So right here, I'm massaging that salt in really good. Again, the instructions weren't very clear on this step. I am massaging it in until I start to see liquid coming from the cabbage. I'm not sure how long I should have done this for, but I started to see the liquid coming out of the cabbage. So that's when I stopped and got my container that I wanted to put it into. And yeah, I'm not sure this was necessary to do this long. So once I have all the salt massaged in, here it is. I'm just going to cover it and leave it for the specified time. So while the cabbage was sitting doing its thing, I made dinner out of the other half of fried cabbage and rice, and it was delicious. So I'm just going to use this quart-sized mason jar. It is a regular mouth jar, which I hope will help to hold the actual cabbage under the brine that it makes. I don't have a weight for it, but she used an improvised weight with water and a sandwich bag, and that's what I'm going to be using. I actually had a weight when I did my apple cider vinegar, but I can't find it. So I'm just putting it in here, and then I'm going to mash it down. I'm using this wooden spatula handle, and I'm just going to mash it down because that is obviously or really important, apparently, to mash it down. So here it is. I'm not sure it's the finished product because, yeah, I don't know how long it's supposed to take. From the time I got my cabbage to the time I shredded it up to start making this ferment, it was about 6 days. My cabbage was in the refrigerator. And from the time I got it in the jar into the fridge to the time I pulled it out and you're seeing it on my counter, It's probably been about a month. Yeah, a month. Things happen, and yeah. So, should I try this or not? And I have no reference. I've probably tasted sauerkraut probably once in my lifetime. And I asked hubby, and he won't come near it with a 10-foot pole. He does not like it. He won't try it. No. And of course, his influenced the rest of the family. So, yeah, they don't want to try it either. So, we'll see how this goes. I'm going to try it, but I have no reference. So I think before I try it, or maybe I'll try it, and then I'm going to go and buy one that's already prepared, so I have something to reference it to. So that's what I'm going to do. So I tried it, and it was pretty good. So what I did was I got a prepared one, and I put it into a mason jar. This one is not prepared by me, and here is my one. I don't know why it's darker. Yeah, I don't know why, but here it is. And I did taste the one I bought and compared it to the one I made, and I actually like the one I made a lot better. I'm not sure what they put in theirs, but I like mine. So will I do this again? Probably, but I think I'm going to experiment with some different spices and stuff, because I'm probably going to be the only one going to be eating it. So I will say my first ferment was a success. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And click that notification bell to be notified when I upload videos. God bless, and remember, stay safe and keep prepping.